Alright, so the lab report that I provided you with a copy of is an example of how I want you to write your lab report for this current experiment regarding photosynthesis. Looking at the introduction, you can notice how it gives just enough background information to tie all of the portions together of your experiment. So that would be your job to brainstorm what type of background information would be pertinent to someone who is reading your experiment outside of just the science realm. Going on to the methods, you can see how it's pretty detailed step by step, and notice it's not in listed format. It is not listed in numbers and step by step. It is actually written out in a paragraph format. The reason I chose to do this format was because a lot of college classes ask you to write lab reports in this format, so I feel it would be the best exposure for any future endeavors you all have in going and attending college. Going on to the results, you can see how there was a graph included, but not only was the graph included, but there was a description of what the graph represents and how that data was collected. That's going to be key and really important to someone reading your lab report, and this is going to be important to see how you collected your results. Nowhere in the results section will you put any analysis on the results or on the final conclusions. That will be for the discussion section. You are just to describe differences in data as well as how you collected that data. The discussion portion is the beef of your lab write-up, and notice how this is written out in a very nice format, addressing both halves of this hypothesis and then giving an example of how they want to incorporate and test another hypothesis in the future. Also, you can notice the references at the bottom. It's just MLA format, which is going to be important in helping someone who's reading your lab report outside of the spectrum of science where you got your information from. So this is what I'm looking for in a lab write-up. Again, it doesn't have to be this long, but overall this is what I'm looking for.
In plants, water enters through the roots, while atmospheric carbon dioxide enters through openings in the leaves called stomata. Oxygen and water are released by the plant through these same openings. Photosynthesis takes place within the leaves in specialized organelles called chloroplasts. The basic process of photosynthesis can be summarized using the equation shown here. Carbon dioxide, water, and light energy combine to yield the products of sugar, oxygen, and water. Of course, knowing the reactants and products does not tell us the specific nature of the photosynthetic reactions that take place. For example, where does the oxygen that's released into the atmosphere by plants come from? Does it come from the carbon dioxide or from the water? This question was